For the past few hours, news bako trending massively across social media. So, and it said there is a coup d'etat happening in Ivory Coast, aka Côte d'Ivoire. How true is this news? Nyabo Thre, Niem breaking down this news for you.
This is for entertainment purposes only. So, Ivory Coast has done the thing, family. Ivory Coast has just had a coup and they've removed the French puppet Ouattara. And, you know, it was funny because this happened maybe like 24 hours ago, but there's been such intense information warfare going back and forth where people were saying, oh, there's no coup, there's nothing that's changed. And then you could see these two French puppets also coming out and saying, no, nothing like that has happened. But, Côte d'Ivoirians went onto the streets and were taking live videos like, yo, there's a coup, Ouattara is out, no one knows where Ouattara is, and everything. So they shut down the internet. I think that what they were trying to do is try and tell guys there's no coup, and then have the French guys come and back up.
Watch video on YouTube, yes, right? Unyan subscribe ya, but more than say over subscribe. Now, watch video on TikTok. Do well to watch the full video of Vimbas on YouTube. So for the past few hours, one particular news trendy pan and it's Alassane Ouattara, president of Côte d'Ivoire, now Ivory Coast, has been overthrown. Just as how Coup Burkina Faso a few years ago, the same thing. And Crawford speculating now, they are saying the internet went down. Some major national television stations within Ivory Coast are not working now. In fact, they are shutting down. So, these are some, things they see, say, coup, see our countries. How true is this? So, we took our time, we made calls, we did research, all that we can say, and it's a, there is no coup happening within, Ivory Coast or, Côte d'Ivoire. Now, one of the main reasons why people are pushing that because of Alassane Ouattara's meeting with one man known as General Michael Langley, or known as that Africom, and some statements say Captain Ibrahim Traoré, people of Burkina Faso, they later established their military base within Ivory Coast, almost share border with Burkina Faso, and due to that hate, supporters of Captain Ibrahim Traoré and some Africans, believe he said Alassane Ouattara, Ivory Coast president, snitch, and say a coup, simple, so they are fueling this, and their prayers will come to pass. So you are hearing it from here. There is no coup happening within Ivory Coast or Côte d'Ivoire. So, Adolfo, answer Nebeja, some major news report on this, as well as other videos trendy. Vimbas TV so,
From the red earth of Ouagadougou to the bustling avenues of Abidjan, the winds of change are howling louder than ever. Africa is waking up, not slowly, not gently, but with the roar of a continent ready to reclaim its dignity. What we are witnessing today is not just a political shift, it's a spiritual reawakening. A storm of resistance is cracking open the old world, sweeping aside the puppets of foreign power, and calling forth a new generation of leaders born from the soil, the struggle, and the spirit of Africa. This isn't just news, it's a revolution, and the world is watching. The Ivory Coast boils with unrest. In the streets of Côte d'Ivoire, the air is heavy with anger and hope. What began as political protests has evolved into something far deeper, far more potent. Demonstrators no longer simply carry placards, they wave pan-African flags. They no longer just shout slogans, they chant freedom songs that echo from the days of independence. The target? President Alassane Ouattara, whose rule has come to symbolize more than just domestic discontent. It's seen as the embodiment of France's lingering shadow over West Africa. The people are done whispering. They say Ouattara answers to Paris, not Abidjan, that he rules not for the Ivorian poor, but for a class of elites who have long benefited from a system rigged by foreign hands. From his controversial third term to his crackdown on dissent, critics argue that Ouattara has become the guardian of a neo-colonial fortress. But the walls are shaking. France never left but Africa's youth, is kicking it out. Independence in Africa, especially in former French colonies, came with invisible chains. Yes, flags changed, leaders changed, but currencies remained tied to Paris. Military bases were never dismantled. Multinational companies continued to harvest Africa's riches, cocoa, gold, oil, while African children went to sleep hungry. France's control was clever. It didn't come with tanks. It came with contracts, loans, and quiet deals in boardrooms. It came through the CFA franc, a currency that kept 14 African nations tied to the French treasury. It came through education, language, diplomacy, and manipulation. But the new generation sees it clearly. They scroll through history on their phones. They quote Sankara and Nkrumah in memes. They know who Patrice Lumumba was and why he was killed. And they are no longer asking politely. They are demanding change. Ibrahim Traoré, the face of a new Africa. In
This is for entertainment purposes only, so Ivory Coast has done the thing, family. Ivory Coast has just had a coup and they've removed the French puppet Ouattara. And, it was funny because this happened maybe like 24 hours ago, but there's been such intense information warfare going back and forth where people were saying, oh, there's no coup, there's nothing that's changed. And then you could see these two French puppets also coming out and saying, no, nothing like that has happened. But, Côte d'Ivoirians went onto the streets and were taking live videos like, yo, there's a coup, Ouattara is out, no one knows where Ouattara is, and everything. So they shut down the internet. I think that what they were trying to do is try and tell guys there's no coup, and then have the French guys come and back up Ouattara. Although Ouattara had just said that he wanted to kick out the French military. I think it's just because of regional pressure, because he love him some Macron. Love him some Macron, but another one bites the dust. And it was the information warfare. It's about the mind, family. When enough Côte d'Ivoirians said, yeah, we've had a coup, and they showed up millions of them to the streets. The coup now, it actually sunk into the rest of the world that the coup has happened, because there was so much arguing online back and forth. Yes, it's happened, no, it hasn't. Yes, it's happened, no, it hasn't. And this should be a word to the wise. That the warfare we're facing is not even sometimes on the ground. It's the information warfare. It's the mental warfare. Your freedom can be taken from you because you're convinced nothing happened. That's what us here in Kenya, we keep crying about. Because we were this close last year. But we lost the mental warfare, we lost the conversation. That has not happened in Côte d'Ivoire. And a coup has now been confirmed after 12 hours of them trying to say no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. It's mental warfare now, family, more than anything else.
Vimbaz TV.